सदाशिव समारंभां शंकराचार्य मध्यमां अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां तपोभिः क्षीणपापानां शान्तानां वीतरागिणां मुमुक्षूणामपेक्ष्योऽयम् आत्मबोधो विधीयते. So I think we are let's do a little recap.
27 or 28.
Yeah, I think 27. We still haven't done this portion because I said it's a Vivekachudamani sloka, which I wanted to do in a little bit detail. I know we will be doing it later, but still. Okay, let's just do a small recap of this. Rajju sarpavat atmanam jivam jnatva bhayam vahet naham jivaha paratma iti jnataha chet nirbhayaha bhavet. When do we have fear? We fear only when we see a snake on that rope. When we know that it is the snake, then there is no fear there. So Rajju Sarpavat Atmanam Jivam Jnatva. Only when we know that this is Jiva and we are bound by whatever happens to this body, then we have fear. We have concerns. What am I going to do? How is my body going to change? What are all the problems that I'm going to face as I become 50, 60, 70? You know, that sort of a fear and concern comes in only when you think that this Atma is Jiva. So Atmanam, the Shuddha Atmanam, Jivam Jnatva, having known that if you understand this Atma to be Jiva, one which has an attachment towards the Deham, then you have fear. Bhayam vahet. Naham jivaha aham paramatma iti jnataha chet. When one understands that I am not jiva, I am not bound by this sthula shariram, and he thinks that I am paramatma, then he thinks, then there is no bhayam. This is a beautiful sloka from Vivekachudamani. Shavakaram yavad bhajati manujas tavad ashuchihi. परेभ्यस्यात् क्लेशः जननमरण व्याधि निलयः यदात्मानं शुद्धं कलयति शिवाकारम् अमलं तदा तेभ्यो मुक्तः भवति हि तदाह श्रुतिरपि. There is this text of Vivekachudamani. The bhashyam has been written by Chandrasekhara Bharati of Sringeri Acharya has written the bhashyam for this. It's a very beautiful Vyakhyanam. Actually, there is a lovely story to this. He has written Vyakhyanam only till a certain point. The last section, he has not written the commentary for the last section. Because beyond that, it describes the last portion, actually describes the mukti. And then beyond that, there is no point in saying anything. So that is why he has stopped his commentary until a certain point and he doesn't comment upon the rest of the shlokas. Anyway, so Shavakaram yavad bhajati manujaha tavat ashuchihi. Yavat manujaha, until the time, yavat is always a kala parimanam. Until the time manujaha, a man, Shavakaram bhajati, Shava akaram. He thinks of this body without the Chaitanyam, without even thinking about the Chaitanyam. This body becomes a corpse here. So it is only a mere corpse and he only thinks about the different parts of the body. Then, tavat ashuchihi, until the time he keeps on thinking about the body, it is ashuchi, because this body is filled with malamayataya. It says beautifully here. Malamayataya ashuchitvat. This body is completely filled with malam. Anything that comes out of the body is treated as something to be looked upon with disgust. Right? So it is ashuchi. Whereas Atma is Swayam Shuchihi. It is the most pure thing in this body. But as long as you connect it with the body which is filled with Ashuchi, then the Atma also seems to have that transference here. So Shavakaram yavat manujaha bhajati tavat ashuchihi eva. Because of that, what happens? Parebhyaha syat kleshaha janana marana vyadi nirayaha ityasti. You can also say take it as two separate sentences. Parebhyaha kleshaha bhavati. Parebhyaha, anybody other than us. So because we think that there is another person existing here, like an enemy or disease or Vyagra, something. So from all of these things, we experience klesha, some kind of a difficulty. In fact, janana, marana, vyadhi, nirayaha api syuhu syat. You can take it as plural for this. So jananam, birth, maranam, death, vyadhi, diseases, niraya. Niraya is complete narakam. So all of these things are also possible because the man associates himself with the body. Yada atmanam shuddham kalayati shivakaram achalam. When he thinks of only this atma, which is shuddham, pure, without the association of the body, shivakaram. Shivakaram, actually, he takes it as Shuddham is deha trayatitam, that which is beyond the sthula, sukshma and karana shariram. Shivakaram, ananda swarupam. We usually take Shivam as auspicious. He takes here Shivam, Shantam, Anandam iti. So ananda swarupam, achalam, apramadam. Only when there is a movement, there is a possibility of doing some dosha. Since there is no movement for the Atma, kutastha nityam. Because it is ever present, there is no kriya, nishkriyam, nirgunam, etc., etc. Hence, it is achalam, it does not move, so there is no possibility of dosha. When a person thinks of the Atma in this manner, yada atmanam shuddham shivakaram achalam kalayati chintayati. When he thinks of the Atma in this manner, tada tebhyaha muktaha bhavati. Tebhyaha here would mean kleshebhyaha, janana marana vyadhi nirayebhyaha muktaha bhavati. He is completely released from all of these things because he only contemplates on the Atma Swarupa. He tada tat aha shruti rapi. Shruti also gives us this same thing, whichever has been said in the shloka. So Acharya gives the Shruti Vakyam here. He quotes a lot of Shruti Vakyas that are in support of such a statement. That is, when we think of the body, we are bound by the body and we experience klesham, jananam, maranam, etc. When we are not bound by the body and when we only contemplate on the Atma, we are freed from the three sthula, sukshma, shariram, etc. So the best one here is Jnatva devam muchyate sarva pashaihi. Tarati shokam atmavit. One who knows the Atma, he crosses shokam. Jnatva devam muchyate sarva pashaihi. Devam atra divyati iti devaha. One who shines. Devam is not only the Ishvara. We are an Advaita Vedānta here. We can't talk about Saguna Ishvara here. So the Nirguna Deva, how can you call that Nirguna Deva as an Ishvara or anybody? So here we take Devaha as Prakashate, Divyati, one who shines, one who has luster. So the most lustrous object in the world is Atma, Swayam Prakasha Swarupa. So Swayam Prakasha Swarupam Jnatva Sarva Pashaihi Muchyate. He is released from all kinds of Pasha. Pasham is all kinds of bondage like Jananam, Maranam, etc., etc. Tameva Vidwan Amrita Iha Bhavati. Knowing that Atma Swarupa, Amrita Iha Bhavati, he becomes a Jivan Mukta here itself. He crosses the ocean of Maranam. Kshinai Kleshaihi, Janma Mrityu Prahanihi, Jnatva Shivam Shantam Atyantam Eti. Very similar Shruti Vakyam he takes, which says Kshinaihi Kleshaihi. All of the difficulties are all gone, and then Shantam Shivam Eti. Shantim Shivam Eti. So this is the shloka that he quotes here. Iti vachanad iti bhavaha. So etena, what do we understand from this quote? Etena sukha dukkhadikam sarvam jivasyaiva. So jiva is different from Atma. My professor would be very, very clear when he says, he would never say it is not Jiveshwara Aikyam, nor is it Jiva Brahma Aikyam. It is only Brahmatma Aikyam. So you never put in Jiva when you are talking about Aikyam. Aikyam can never happen if you are in the attitude of Jiva. You have to move to the attitude of Atma. That is when you can think about Aikyam at all. So jivasya eva sukha dukkadikam sarvam, sukham, dukkham, etc. are only with respect to jiva. Natu kutastha asanga sachidananda rupasya atmanaha iti siddham. So all of these sukha dukkha janma maranam etc. never apply to the sachidananda rupa atma. It only applies to jiva. Clear? Then he goes into a little bit of a discussion, which I think we will leave from this Nanu. There is a bit of a discussion. Yes, you can unmute and ask. Yeah.
You were mentioning about jiva, and you cannot have a aikyam with Brahmaswarupam, because you are looking at only, because jiva is bound by certain limitations of the, for example, 3 bodies.
Yes.
Right. So as long as that association continues to be there, jiva continues to think that it is jiva. So basically, Atma thinks that it is jiva.
Yeah, correct.
Right? So, okay, but then a quick thought just crossed my mind, which is, we also talk about Jiveshwara Aikyatattvam in Atmabodha. Right? Why would we even consider a connection between Jiveshwara there when the fundamental understanding of the connection with body itself is being questioned?
Absolutely. So that I don't know why it is there in Tattvabodha, because I am not aware of Tattvabodha text. You can send me that relevant passage. If at all you want to consider Jiveshwara Aikyam, there are 2 possibilities. One is you are not in Advaita Vedanta. You have gone to one of the Shaktam, Shaivam, Vaishnavam, etc. etc. Apo, there is this concept of Samipyam, Salokam, Sayujyam, Sarupyam, Sarshti, Sershti, and the Madri. So then you have Sayujyam there. You have become one with the Ishvara. Then the Jiva can have Sayujyam with the Ishtadevata.
Okay. If I remember the text right, I will have to go and look at it. It starts something like
okay.
I also want to say, maybe because of the both in Ishvara and Jiva also have upadhis, so there may be that's a point. Yeah.
The Jahada Jahal Lakshana. You go by the Jahada Jahal Lakshana, where you let go of the upadhi, and it is only the Visheshya you talk about the Aikyam between the 2. So when you look at Jiva, he is Kinchit Gyaha, Kinchit Shaktiman, and all that Visheshana is there for a Jiva. There is the Atma Swarupa also, and the Atma Swarupa, what defines him as Jiva? It defines him as Jiva because of the Upadhis of Tula Vidya. What defines a Brahman as an Ishvara? It is because of the Mula Vidya. So he is Sarvajna, Sarveshwara, etc. etc. Now you let go of that Visheshana part and look at only the Visheshya part. When I say Jiveshwara Aikyam, it is only the Aikyam of the Visheshya. It is not the Aikyam of the Visheshana.
Okay. I quickly ran and got the book. In fact, today somebody else offered to take Trupti to her class. No, I was so happy. I was able to quickly get the book, and it actually says here, Stula Sharira Abhimani Atma Jivanamakam Brahma Pratibimbam Bhavati.
Yes.
Sa eva jivaha prakritya swasmat ishwaram bhinnatvena janati.
Yes, bhinnatvena, different.
Avidyopadhi san atma jiva ityuchyate. Mayopadhi san ishwar ityuchyate.
Perfect.
Evam upadi bedhat जीवेश्वर भेद दृष्टि ही यावत् पर्यंतम तिष्ठति तावत् पर्यंतम जन्म मरणादि रूप संसारः न निवर्तते.
Exactly. That's what we are talking about here. So as long as
tasmat karanat na jiveshwara beda buddhihi svikarya.
That's all it says. It doesn't say aikya buddhihi svikarya.
Okay.
So words are very important, no?
Okay. Now I get it. Okay.
So Veda Buddhihi Nasvikarya. Yes, they are not different. But at the same time, the upadhis are different. The confining factors are different. Correct or something?
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Okay. So we can start the next shloka, or we can, okay. So, nanu buddhyadibihi atyanta samipasthaihi api atma katham na vijñāyate iti ākaṅkṣāyām āha. So, this is the Purupi avatarika for the next shloka. So, what does he say? Buddhyadibihi atyanta samipasthaihi, buddhi, manas, etc., indriya, etc., are very close to this atma. But still, that buddhi cannot know the atma. Katham na vijñāyate. How is it that the atma is not known? Atma avabhasayatyekaha buddhyadini indriyanyapi deepo ghatadivat swatma jadaihi taihi navabhasyate. So, atma eva, ekaha eva, it's atma which illumines the buddhi, indriyas, etc. It is not the reverse. The jada vastu, buddhi, etc. are all jada. And the Chaitanyam is the one that gives light to that. It is only because of the prerana or the sakshi, witness, the witness of the Chaitanyam being present there, that these all act. If that Chaitanyam is not there, then these do not have the capability of showing us where that Chaitanyam is. Okay. So, Deepaha Ghatadivat. Just like how you take a lamp and you can try to figure out where the ghatam is, where the pot is. The pot is not going to show you where the light is. Okay. So, swatma jadaihi taihi na avabhasyate. Swatma, the atma, is not being shown by the buddhi, etc. It cannot show you where the atma is. So, atma kutastha asanga chidrupaha ekaha kevalaha eva sanna. So, atma is just one, which is asangaha chidrupaha. It is not connected with the buddhi, etc. And it is of the form of chit, chaitanyam. Buddhyadini, buddhi, chitta, ahankaradini. So, buddhyadini refers to the four antakaranam, which is mano, buddhir, ahankara, chittani. And then Indriyadini refers to the Jnanendriyas and Karmendriyas. Jnana, Karma, Indriya, Atmakani. Api Shabdat Pranadin. So when you have here Indriyani, Api. So Buddhyadini, Indriyani, Api. Api here refers to the pranas also, because all of these only come together and they make that package of Sukshma Sharira. Yeah. So, Jnanendriya, Karmendriyas, and Panchaprana, these form the Stula Deham, Tattad Devataha, Tattad Vyaparamscha. Tattad Devata is each of these Indriyas have one Devata which is responsible for the activation of that particular Indriyas. So every, like for example, Vak has Agni, Chakshus has Surya, Pranan has Vayu. So every Indriya has a Devata which has its portfolio to activate this particular sense organ. So those also are being abhabhasayati, prakashayati. So this Atma is the only thing that ensures that these things can function. Otherwise, these do not function if the Atma is absent. He gives an example, as always with the earlier shlokas, Deepaha Ghatadivat. Ghatapatadi padarthan iva avabhasayati. So, ayam nirvikaraha sanna eva prakashayati. There is no change to the Atma. Just because it shows or it reveals something, there is no change to the Atma. All it does is, it shows the presence of the other people. It's like a witness here, that's all. So, Atma Uktalakshanaha Swayam Prakashaha Pratyagatma tu Deepaha Ghatadibihi Iva. Just Gata Jadaihi Swabhavaihi Taihi Buddhyadibihi Na Avabhasyate. So, this Atma Swatma. So Swatma, illa Atma nirka. Okay. Can you Deepo Ghatadivat Swa Atma, Swasya Atma. Take it as Ukta Lakshanaha Atma, Swayam Prakasha Pratyagatmangra. So the Atma that is present inside the Jiva, that Atma is not shown or it is not revealed by the Jadavastu, Buddhi, Indriyas, etc. Jadaihi Tahihi na avabhasyate. Okay. Next, he gives a couple of Shruti Pramana. Chalo. Yes. I think you're mute.
Sorry. Sorry, I'm asking too many questions.
It's okay. Go on.
I tell you what came to my mind was Sloka number 17, where it is Sada Sarvagatopi Atma Na Sarvatra Avabhasate Buddhaveva Avabhaseta.
Yes.
Swacheshu Pratipimbavat. So there he says that, oh, by the way, though it is there all pervading Atma, it cannot be illumined except but for the mind. I mean, buddhi,
so buddhau eva avabhasate, Atma eva bhaseta, Atma bhasate, Atma prakashate, Atma kutra prakashate, buddhau prakashate. So it reveals itself in the buddhi. That's all. So because the Atma is Swayam Prakasha Swarupa, you understand that there is this buddhi which is the adhara for the Atma. Otherwise, the buddhi does not have the capability of showing the Atma here. You enter into a dark room, okay. You know that there is a light there, but how would you know that there is a light there? Only when you switch on the light and there is light there, you will understand that there is a Golakam there. You know, that outer thing.
The Golakam there. Yeah, okay.
The same way, only when the Atma is reflected in the Buddhi are you going to even understand that there is a Buddhi there. Otherwise, how will the Buddhi even know? So it is not the Buddhi which reveals the Atma here.
So the Atma reveals itself through Buddhi.
Exactly. It is like putting a lighted torch inside a box and then which reveals that lighted torch. You just remove the avaranam. That's all. It reveals itself. That's all it is.
Okay. So how can we connect that to this here?
Yeah, it's the same way. So in a very similar manner, inge epdina, 1 minute, where is this? 28. So that portion is just where do we understand Atma? We understand Atma only through our buddhi. Somewhere along the line, we have to use the karanas that we have on hand to understand the Atma. Otherwise, it's difficult. But because the buddhi is so close by, why can't the buddhi understand the Atma? Why can't the buddhi reveal the Atma? Is the question here. So he answers by saying, no, it is a Jadavastu. Buddhi is a Jadavastu. It has no function. It cannot reveal itself, nor can it reveal another thing. Like the light bulb, until it gets that Chaitanyam, it is not going to reveal itself, nor does it reveal that electricity which is behind it, which is going to come. Only when the electricity has come in, that electricity reveals itself and reveals the light bulb. The same way, only when the Chaitanyam comes in, it can reveal itself and reveal the Buddhi, etc. Advarikim, the Buddhi is not going to know that it is present. Realize? Idella the experience, when you have to understand it practically, it becomes very difficult.
This is all apata jnanam, so it has its own limitations.
Yes. So he gives a couple of Shruti Vakyam here. Yes.
I have just a small question. This when in the first line when it says Atmeti Atma Kutastha, what is the letter after Kutastha?
Kutastha Asanga. This is Sa.
Oh, okay.
So Kutastha Asanga Chidrupaha. So you split it as Kutastha Asangaha Chidrupaha. Yen manasa anumanute. So this is one Shruti Vakyam, Upanishad Vakyam. Vijñātāram are kena vijaniyat is another one, which is in Brihadaranyakam. The first one is in Kenopanishad. So, Yan Manasa Anumanute is not correct. I think Yan Manasa Na Manute, one who cannot understand it by the Manas. So, these are all the Shruti Vakyams he gives as an example to show that the Manas cannot understand the Atma. Vijñātāram are kena vijaniyat. The knower is the Atma. So how, if Atma is the one that knows everything, with which we understand everything else, so who can understand the Atma? Yeah, that's Vijñātāram are kena vijaniyat. With what can we understand the knower himself? Taduktam. So I'll just move on to the end here, which is the Tatparyam of the Shloka. Etena Atmanaha Buddhyadi Vilakshanatvam. So we understand that Atma is different from Buddhi, etc. Buddhi, Indriya, Jnanendriya, Karmendriya, and Panchaprana. Tat Sakshitvam, it is a witness here. Tad Dharma, Karmadi, Asprishtatvam. It is not touched by the qualities of the Buddhi, etc., which is Jadatvam. It is not touched by the actions of Buddhi, etc. Atma does not see. Atma does not, tatha. So there is no Kriya, there is no Dharma. Bhakta Andhakara, Bhakta Andhakara Nashaktatvam. Bhaktava. Okay. Cha atrapi suchita. Does he explain here? Capable of this. Oh, aspirants. Okay, bhakta na appadi eduthukraru. Suddenly bhakti comes in. I'm like, what is happening here? So, bhakta andhakara nashakatvam. Bhakta here would mean those who are in the path of Advaita Vedānta. So, that is what you have to take it here. Or Atma Bhaktaha iti. Those who are aspirants. Yeah. So, for them, this Atma destroys the andhakara. At iti suchitam. So this shloka tells us that the Atma is completely different from Buddhi. It is also the witness and it is untouched by the qualities and the actions of the Buddhi, etc. Atma vabhasayati ekaha buddhyadini indriyanyapi deepo ghatadivat swatma jadaistair navabhasyate. Okay.